Howdy there guys, welcome back to Edgar TV, Pro Tour number 3 taking place in Leicester, and this is again where the ranking, the 2-year system is affected, and the 1-year system, the events that get you into the big things like the World Match Play, the World Championships, and will also dictate those seedings for the UK Open, the next TV event we're going to see involving the rankings, which is just in a few weeks time now taking place in Minehead. Again, I'll talk you through everything you need to know in regards to ranking, who qualifies for what, who's close to that, who's close to losing cards, etc. All through these reports that I'm going to do at the end of every single Pro Tour. So if you can't follow along, if you're at work or whatever the situation is, or you just want to see how it's all breaking down at the end of the day, or see what I think are the talking points and the stories of the day, subscribe here to Edgar TV and we'll have a chat. If I do miss anything, or there's something you would like to talk about, do pop it down in the comment section below. There are so many games going on at all times, and I'm doing other bits as well, so I don't always get to see all of the stories, but I try and pick out as many of them as I can find. If you've seen something that's an interesting story, pop it down there and let's share and chat away here on Edgar TV. But for me, one of the big stories, Leighton Bennett. Young man who had lots of expectation on him. He's picked up a big victory there again against Dave Chisnell. £3,500 now already, and it's only event number 3, so he's going to be in a position where he might be able to avoid the first round at Minehead. So big opportunity there for him. Opportunity for a couple of players who wasn't originally in the lineup. Connor Scott, one of those. Late call up for him. He goes down 6-3 to Aaron Monk. Peter Wright continues his little bit of a revival as of late. 95 average, the first round win as well, to back up that semi-final success that he had at the last Pro Tour event, and a 6-2 victory there over Owen Rolfe. So good signs again for Peter Wright, and it's starting to get to that point where maybe he's going to start picking up a Premier League win soon as well. Stephen Bunting, the recent Masters champion, going out 6-2 in the opening game. Mensah Suljovic, one of the players I think is going to struggle this year a bit, but not in this one. 106 average, kickstarts his. But once again, star performer is Gary Anderson, the man who won Pro Tour number 2. He kicks off his campaign with a 6-3 success over De Graaf, who averaged 100 himself, but 112 for Gary Anderson. He's almost becoming unplayable at times. That's something that people said about Luke Littler. He goes through 6-5 against Keen Barriers. 5-3 down in this one. Did turn it around, but I do feel a bit for Luke Littler because he's got so much sort of going on at the moment and so much exciting things. Premier League, playing in front of 10,000 people. Then you got to go to the Pro Tours, which is also new to him, but behind closed door. And I can vouch for this. I really can. When I played Mensah Suljovic for £25,000 in the World Championships, and it came to going back to the Pro Tour where you're playing for £750 in a very hard game and in, you know, a sports centre, it doesn't quite have that same adrenaline that comes with it. So he's sort of learning on the job, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up a few more defeats along the way, but great start to his campaign and his day there for him. Steve Beaton was actually up on Gerwyn Price, 3-1, 3-2, but couldn't get the job done there. Gerwyn Price getting himself back on track with 104 average there in a win. Ian White, big year for him. Ian White and Mervyn King, two people that we picked out as potential dangers for losing tour cards, but another victory there, another £1,000 on the order of merit. Alan Souter needs a good year, and he started well, semi-final, but then not started very well this time. A 6-0 defeat to Ed House. Ryan Meikle started very well. He opened with a 13 darter against Gert Nenchez, then followed it up with a 9. The first 9 darter of the weekend. I'm sure there's going to be more, and it was another 9 darter in regards to this season. They're flying in the 9 darters on the Pro Tour. Mervyn King does go out. He's in big trouble. He's getting himself into trouble here. Ryan So, top of the Pro Tour order of merit. That's because he made the final of both of the opening tournaments, and he kicks off well there again, nearly around that 100. But James Hurrell, someone I really want to draw a bit of attention to. He sort of floated around the WDF rankings for a while, always towards that top end, never really got any sort of respect or kudos for that, and well, he's joined the PDC now, and he should be getting plenty of respect here. 99 average, just shy of there. He's been playing some really good stuff again. The player that's looking like he may come into the UK Open at that second round phase, which makes a big difference when you're down at Minehead. Couple of interesting stories developed in round 2. Ryan Searle took on Owen Bates, two good friends. Ryan Searle recommended Owen Bates when he first started deciding to take darts back up again, got him his manufacturing deal with Loxley, they practiced together on occasion. It's Ryan Searle who won that one 6-4, keeps his winning run going, as does Leighton Bennett, who won again in this round, and Dirk van Dijvenbode, who may be just getting a little bit of form back at the right time. However, the second round is all about those key star performers, those players that average over 100, and there was 4 of them in this round. No surprise to see Gary Anderson on this list again. He seems to be on it every single time, lives in the 100 average camp. He had a 6-2 victory over Willie Borland. That's the guy who hit the 9-darter against Bradley Brooks in the World Championship a couple of years ago, if you remember that one, on debut. Richie Edhouse, the real star performer of the round, 104.0663 win over Ricardo Bradesco. Barry Van Peer back on the Pro Tour after a year on the Challenge Tour. He's showing he can live up to the standard. 101 for him, 6-3 victory, but 4 star performers of this round. For players that go out in the third round stage, the last 32, the board final, remember 16 boards, so these are the board final games, £1,500. Now, I remember when I first started on the PDC, it was £600 for winning the board, and you used to have to pay £105 to play in a tournament, so just shows sort of the evolution of the game over the recent times. But then we take a look through the results. We can have a look again at the people that won tour cards this year, doing very well. Leighton Bennett again with a victory here. He wins his board, a 6-1. Comfortable victory there over Aaron Monk. Thibaut Tricol, Frenchman, one of his good runs again today, getting through to the third round. He's on debut this year as a tour card holder. He has played a couple of events before, but they was as Challenge Tour top-ups. Darren Beveridge, a new tour card holder, a player who actually put the darts down for a short period of time and picked them back up, says he's more ready than ever. Hard to argue with that. Barry Van Peer came through off the Challenge Tour. He goes down 6-4. Steve Lennon lost his card, won it back, and it looks like he's really appreciating this second chance and this second opportunity. 6-3 win over Dimitri Vandenberg, despite 106 average from the Belgian. It was Steve Lennon that ran away, 104.43. That's why he was my top tip to get through Q School. Ryan Searle, constantly winning at the moment. He wins his board again. The man who opened up top of the order of merit on this system. And Ryan Meikle, the 9-dart hero, he goes out 6-4 to Edhouse. But I think one of the stories of the round is just who Thibaut Tricol lost to. Peter Wright getting that average up now, 97. And another victory, another last 16. It'll be interesting to see how deep he goes and just how long it's going to take now before people like the odds compilers start taking note of this, because he was 1-8, Michael van Gerwen, to beat Peter Wright last week. I don't think we're going to be getting those odds if he keeps winning like this. And it really is great to see Peter Wright playing well again. You don't want to see somebody who's done what Peter Wright is in the game really struggling, but he's starting to get results as well now, which is good. Getting another good run here. This is going to do him good, you know, in regards to the money that he's got to defend, getting into Minehead. You know, he didn't get to the Players' Championship finals last year. Again, I will update you on all of those. I won't do it every single video, but I will give you an idea as the season goes on, who's close to what, so do make sure you are subscribed. But in the last 16 in the quarterfinals, one man really stood out for me once again. It's a guy I think who's going to go on and pick up his first major title this year. Don't know which one it's going to be, but he's going to win one. Ryan Searle. He's getting better all the time, and again, good performances here. He's beat Danny Noppert, who's been a bit of a monkey on his back over the years. 102 average there, 6-4 in the quarterfinals. That was to follow up the victory over Damon Heta as well, 6-3. Heta throwing 101 at him, but that wasn't enough. We spoke a lot about Peter Wright having a better day today. Dirk van Dijvenbode reaching the last 16. That's a great result for him. And to see him throw 100 average there against Luke Littler, real good sort of positive day there as well. Positive day with Callum. Positive all over for a lot of people that sort of lost their way a little bit as of late. Callum Ridds already now in the semi-final, then also taking out Luke Littler along the way, who quarter-final, that is a fantastic day. Let's not get too carried away with the fact that he's been beat, he's going to lose, he's not going to win every single game, he's in a pool of sharks here, so that's a good result again there for Luke Littler making the quarter-final. Leighton Bennett, last 16, some real good positive results there for people. I think the one thing I can see from this, and I'm sure you're all going to agree with me down in the comment section, is that this year we are going to see some significant changes in the rankings. I think there's going to be a lot of movement this year. I mean, look, when we look at 2024, there are two people I expect to see win major titles. These two people played the last Pro Tour final, and they're going to do it again today. Gary Anderson, again, ridiculous average, 111, 7-4 victory over Callum Ridds. Ryan Searle, great win for him there against Michael van Gerwen, getting to a third Pro Tour final in a row. 3 Pro Tours played, 3 finals. Will he go one better and win this? However, if you remember, or if you watch the Love the Darts, which we do down at the Sky Sports Studios, Emma Patton asked me if there's someone to keep an eye on this year or someone I expect to have a good year. I said straight away Ryan Searle. I had a conversation briefly with Ryan at the start of this year where he said about how he's going to be a lot more focused this year, how he's going to be actually looking at trying to win things a bit more and try go to all the Pro Tours where traditionally he's missed out on the ones abroad. And I tell you what, if this is what a focus Ryan does, I am convinced more than ever that 2024 is the year he wins a title. A TV title. Obviously he's won Pro Tours before. And if it was a Pro Tour I was predicting, it would have been bang on. He's done it. At the third time of asking, he's got over the line. Now, when you had that one with Luke Littler not too long ago, we said what a final that was. This one followed down that exact same tracks. An absolutely brilliant final, littered with 180s. He went ahead averaging 111 plus, 112, 113 at times. It was an incredible game. But I think there was something significant happening in this match, and it happened in the very last leg. So Ryan Searle throwing for the title. You see here, he opens with a 180, Gary Anderson comes back with a ton. He hits 45. Now that's sort of an invitation for Gary to step in, to get back in the leg and really apply the pressure on Ryan in a last leg shootout. Gary responds with 45. Ryan hits back with a 180. It's game over from that point. Ryan goes out in 14 darts. Now, with the sort of luck that Ryan's been having, I don't like to use that term too often, but with sort of the way that it's been going for him, he lost that final to Gary last time, he lost that one to Luke Littler when he played really well. It's just not kind of had the rub of the green in these final games, especially, it's not like he's not played to the level, it's just the way the game's broke down's gone against him, the wrong things at the wrong times, or the right things at the right times for the opponents. I think that could be a significant moment in the season of Ryan Searle, because you get to a point where you think, just give me a break, I want that opportunity, I want that one moment, and there it was. He had it and he took advantage. He hit the 180 straight after. So he had that tiny little wobble and then straight back to sort of real peak levels. So I think that's also going to really help in my prediction again. I do think he's going to pick up a title. I also think Gary Anderson's going to pick up a title as well. Just have a quick look at the 2-year dates. We're only 3 events in, and like I say, I'll break this all down for you through the year as it goes, but just to give you a little indication over who started the year quite well, Peter Wright's actually 5th over the first 3 Pro Tour events, so good signs for him away from the TV stages. A couple of people that we've picked out over the last couple of days, James Hurrell, Steve Lennon, Leighton Bennett, all up there on their sort of first season on the tour. Alan Suter needs a big one. He started okay, but he had that semi-final. People wondering how Andy Barton's would get on. He's currently 26th on the Order of Merit after the first 3 events. Big season needed for a player like Mensah Suljovic. He started well, £3,500 on his Order of Merit. And Gerwyn Price, 53rd, although we do know he pulled out before, but that was the last one, pulled out after day 1, didn't play day 2, so you do expect to see a couple of people a bit lower down at the start of the season, but just to give you a little guide over who started the season quite well. And they'll divvy up into various pots, match play, 2-year ranking, Grand Prix, everything but the European. That's the European. I'm confusing you, aren't I? I'll talk you through it. Don't worry. But that's Pro Tour number 3. Goes to Ryan Searle. 3 finals, 2 runners-up, and a win. What a start to the year. Only lost to Gary Anderson and Luke Littler, and both of those happened in the finals. I'll be doing a report like this again tomorrow, so if you have enjoyed this one, do go and hit that subscribe button. I'll be doing these all season long with lots of updates and little nuggets of information as well for you, and little shares of insights and experience, what it's like on the Pro Tour. But for now, guys, I'll see you soon for some more Edgar TV.